Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and I am so thrilled today to be bringing you the final reading update of everything I read in November. I will leave everything else I read in November that I've already talked about in the description box and give you a very belated December TBR since it's already December the 4th. If I happen to get this out before the end of the day, there's a cold moon tonight. If not, there was a cold moon yesterday if you're seeing this on Friday. Anyways, so what I wrapped up in the month of November with the kids, we finished up The Princess and the Goblin by George McDonald. This was a first time read for all of us and I absolutely loved it, and so did the kids. They were very engaged in the story. So we've got a princess who lives in a castle, and she ends up having some interaction with a great something grandmother that has some magic. And she also has some interaction with a young miner, and they both are caught up in a plot by the goblins to take over the kingdom. So it's a very neat book. I definitely recommend it, whether you are young or not so young to read it. You'll love it. All right, next I read, and I definitely have my own copy of this, but it is inaccessible to me at this very moment, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe with my daughter. We have read this together before, but we decided to reread it, and of course it's by the incomparable C.S. Lewis, to reread it because in the spring, that is the ballet they are going to do. Her instructor is choreographing a full ballet for the students, and so she wanted to reread it. And Christmas is just a great time of year to read it because in the beginning of the story, it is eternal winter and we do have an appearance from Santa Claus. So we really enjoyed it. I never get tired of the story, and it moves me more every time when Aslan makes the sacrifice he does for young Edmund. I see myself now. I am Edmund. So it's beautiful. And I just think everyone needs to read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Of course, there are themes of Christianity in the story, but it is a wonderful fantasy whether you are a Christian or not. Now, this is something that was probably supposed to carry over in December. We're reading at our own pace and we're going to discuss it, but I was listening to it with the family in the car with the narrator, Jim Dale. My favorite way to listen to it is, and that is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I love this copy that I have of it. You know, really there are so many beautiful themes of just, you can change. That's the thing you really should get from The Christmas Carol. We all know the story. We've seen different versions if you haven't read it, but I think the beautiful thing about A Christmas Carol is you can change. So those are things that I read in November, and we're gonna move on to, oh wait, one more that I read in November and finished. Actually, I finished it at the very beginning of December, and that is Christie by Catherine Marshall. Y'all, this is a really beautiful story, and I remember that there was a show of it when I was a kid, an older kid in the 90s, and that's where this cover came from. I got this at Goodwill, and I knew I'd always wanted to read it, but it is such a wonderful story. We have Christie, who has great aspirations to go up into the Smoky Mountains and be a teacher for these poor and destitute people after she hears a missionary talk about it. She's lived a very sheltered life in Asheville, and she decides she's just going to go up in the Smokies, and she has no idea really how destitute these people are. She has a mentor, Miss Alice, who is a lovely Quaker woman. There is a pastor who has different theological, more philosophical views of the Bible, but Miss Alice sees God in a very personal way and helps Christie to see God in a very personal way as she just falls in love with these children and the people. She gets a best friend in the mountains, and she begins to see the grace and the beauty, their ancestral Scottish heritage. And there's a doctor who has a very interesting backstory, who they don't see eye to eye on things, and the doctor has very atheistic views, and Christie, of course, has come in here as a missionary to do her work, and she has to work against superstitions. It is very gritty. I mean, you think, oh, it was like a sweet CBS show. The book is a lot more grit. There are hard things in the book. There were hard things in the show, but I mean, this takes it to a level. Of course, in literature, we can take things to a place that emotionally hurts you, and this will emotionally hurt you, just to warn you. But it is also beautiful and uplifting, as you would think it would be. All right, now to what I am reading in December. So I will definitely be reading, I'm currently listening to it, so I know it's on the agenda, The Mistletoe Inn by Richard Paul Evans. Now, this is a story of an aspiring author. She's recently divorced. Her husband, ex-husband, got into very seedy stuff, and so she's had a terrible time. She works for a car dealership, and that's just my kids making noise in the background. You can ignore that loud, booming voice, teenage son. Anyway, she wants to be a romance writer, and she wants to go to this writing workshop that has her famous romantic writer there, and she can't afford it, and she has a really supportive, wonderful dad that wants her to go, so he sends her, and she goes, and what will happen there? We don't know. So the other Richard Paul Evans, I just put this on my TBR because it was his new Christmas book that came out, and I generally like his stuff. So that's The Christmas Stranger. I have absolutely no idea what this book is about, but it is currently on Libby waiting for me to read. So there you have it. All right, now with my friend Courtney Reeds, who publishes at CP Cabannis, you should check out her book. That it is Christmas Games and Candy Canes. I almost said it backwards. I have it. If I would have thought that I was going to talk about her book, I would be holding it up right now. I'll put a picture in. Anyway, she and I are going to read Christmas with Anne and Other Stories by Ellen Montgomery, and I think we're both listening to it. So you have a story of Anne at Christmas time, and then a whole bunch of other stories that she wrote with a Christmas theme. And then we're also going to read Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot's Christmas. I love Agatha Christie, and this is one that I have never read by her. I don't really know what the plot is, so I guess Courtney and I will find out what Christie did with this plot. A lot of times I'll forget the ending, so that's fun. I'll remember most of the details of the story and then forget the ending so I can reread them and be surprised again. That's a fun little fact about me. All right, now I really love these cozy mysteries, the Christmas Tree Farm mysteries. I am on book 4, and Stalking Around the Christmas Tree just came in from the library. This is written by Jacqueline Frost, who also is known as Bree Baker and Julie Ann Lindsay. I think Julie Ann Lindsay is actually her real name, but I'm not exactly sure. Might be, she also writes under Julie Hatcher. It might be Julie Hatcher. But those are more straight romance books. I go for her cozy mysteries. They're all great. She seems like such a really nice author. When I've commented on her posts before, she always makes wonderful comments back. All right, now with the kiddos, we are going to be reading The Last Holiday Concert. And this is by Andrew Clements. This was a library book find, which is why this sticker I can't get off. And we have a music choir director who has been let go, and nobody knows this yet. There are budget cuts, and there's a boy in his class who accidentally hits him with a rubber band. He's the most popular kid in school. He's very charming. This kid has just rubbed him the wrong way, and so they are on odds with each other. So this choir director decides he's had enough. He's going to tell the kids, if you want to do the holiday concert, it's on you. Actually, it's on you no matter what. If you just stand there on the stage, that's fine. I'll get you on stage, but I'm not doing anything else for you. So guess who gets elected? This kid Hart, who has had the run-in with the teacher. So We've started reading it. I have a feeling that the teacher and the kid are going to be helping each other out a lot, and there will probably be a lot of heart in this story. This was also on my list of books that I'd like to have read last year, but we never got around to, and that's The House Without a Christmas Tree by Gail. And so a little girl named Addie has always wanted a Christmas tree at her house, and she has never had one, and then a miracle happens. So I hope we get to that. I kind of have in the back of my mind, if we have time for another read aloud, that we might get to The Bird's Christmas Carol, and I'm blanking on the author's name, but it's the same author as Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm and Mother Carey's Chickens, which is what the movie Summer Magic was based on. And we are listening currently to the Christmasaurus, and this is such a wonderful story so far. There is an egg that, of course, if you are a young earth Christian like me, you consider this part of the story fantasy as well, that millions of years ago an egg was frozen in the ground. So some elves were digging and actually dug this up and gave the elf to Santa. And Santa's gonna figure out what to do with this egg once it hatches. And there is a little boy who has lost his mother. His father's very sad, but is doing his best. He loves Christmas. And he is in a wheelchair and is having a really rough time at school, but this little boy loves dinosaurs. I have a guess that the dinosaur and the little boy are gonna end up together. So those are the reading plans so far. There will be, I'm sure, many more books read. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season. Let me know what you're reading in the comments, and I hope that you read a lot.